By the time you finish watching this very short video, you will have learned how to get your credits from the scratch to either good or excellent, how to obtain a loan in the UK at a very good interest rate, and how to get up to £4,000 from the government tax-free. You heard me right, £4,000 tax-free, and you do not need to be a British citizen to be able to get this money. If you stick around to the end of the video, that is my bonus point for you. In my opinion, after your passport, your driving license, the third most important thing for anyone living in this society, especially if you're an immigrant, is a good credit. Why is a good credit important or essential? A good credit is essential because the first thing you'll be asked when you want to rent a house is your credit. When you want to buy a house, your credit. You want to take a mobile phone contract, your credit. Home insurance, everything, credit. So it's all credit, 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 credit. You want to buy a car, credit. What is your credit? Let's see your credit. Even some jobs, like if you want to work in a financial or banking center, they want to check to make sure that you got good credit. Okay? So credit is very important. If we all agree that credit is very important, how do we get a good credit, especially for those who recently arrived in the UK where you do not carry your credit that you have from your home country, it doesn't cross border. So I will explain practical steps that if you follow this step, I can guarantee you that within a short space of time, you will see maximum return in your credit. The first thing I would suggest you do is to make sure your name is on the electoral register. You heard me right. Your name is on the electoral register. Why does your name need to be on the electoral register? That is the proof that you need to tell lenders that this is where you live. Your confirmation of where you live is the electoral register. That is why it's very, very important. If electoral register is very important, the next question is, how do you put your name on the electoral register? Very simple. In the past, it used to be it never used to be straightforward putting your name on the electoral register. You have to ring the council, but now the government has made it easy. You have no excuse. So what you do is you go on gov.co.uk, you just go on the website, fill in the form, submit it. It takes less than 20 minutes, 20 seconds to do. Yeah, 20 seconds, put your name, 20 seconds. Once you submit it, that form goes to your local council, okay? So your local council receives it, they send it to you to verify, to make sure that the information you put is correct. Once you receive the form from the council, make sure your name is spelled correct, your date of birth, your details is correct, okay? So you cross-check it, you send it back to the council. Now, you can ask yourself, would I be able to put my name on the electoral register when I'm not British citizen? I need to be a British. No. If you come from any country that speak English, Commonwealth countries, I'm talking about Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa, Caribbean countries like Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, any country that was colonized by the Great Britain, you are entitled to vote in this country, okay? So, recently, Cameroon and Rwanda recently joined Commonwealth country. This country, they never used to speak English. But if you come from any of those countries, 99% sure that you will be able to vote. And for citizens of those two countries, check on the website. The other countries, I'm 100% certain if you come from Nigeria, any of the other countries I mentioned before, you can vote in the UK even though you're not a British citizen. Now you might say, well, I'm not interested in politics, why do I need to vote? Yes, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not preaching politics for you. All I'm saying, how you can build your credit. But though I would advise you, if you work in a country and you're paying tax, you should be involved in how your money is being spent and with which party you want them to spend your money. That's my personal opinion. You don't have to follow that opinion whether you want to vote or not, but I will encourage you to vote. Okay, now you put your name on the electoral. You know what to do to put your name on the electoral register, right? You know that one. The next thing to do is try take some form of credit. When I say some form of credit, if you recently arrived in the UK, your relative has taken they've taken a contract on your name. That's fine. So they've taken it on their name. You don't have anything on their name. So what I would suggest you do, if you're that person whose relative has already taken it, they've taken a contract on their name, they've given it to you, what you need to do to start building your credit, because you're not going to live on that person's credit on their house forever, is for you to take a store card in your name. Example of store card are things like Argos store card. You take a store card, you buy now, you pay later. You might say, well, I don't want to have the cash. Yes, you have the cash, but in the Western world, everybody needs a good credit. So a store card, it's a way for you to tell lender that you are somebody they can trust. Because if you don't have a good credit, you are deemed as high risk. Nobody wants to borrow you money because they are thinking you're not going to pay back. Okay, so you take a store card, you start pay. You take a store card, make sure you have it on direct debit. Whatever you pay, make sure you pay. You don't know miss payment on the store card. If you are someone who doesn't have a contract phone, the relative hasn't taken any contract to you on this pay as you go. What I would advise you to do, if you're one of those people that I've just explained, then you can go online, look for the best deal. There are 3 networks I will say you check: Tesco Mobile, Sky Mobile, and Giftgas. This network for as little as £7 to £10, they have deals like 10 gigabytes of data, unlimited minutes, unlimited internet. If you're on a pay as you go, make sure as you're listening now, go online and start checking for the best deal. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on the computer. You don't need to go anywhere. Take a SIM-only contract because pay as you go is too expensive. SIM-only is cheaper for you and it's a good way to build your credit. Okay, so you're someone who your relative hasn't taken a contract or you're still using pay as you go. As I said before, take a SIM-only contract. Look at those 3 networks. If you're someone whose relative have already given you a contract on their name, in order to build your credit, you take a store card. Take Argos store card or look at other store cards. There are good ones out there. Take a store card. Okay? Now, you know what to do to put your name on the electoral register. You know what to do to start building your credit by taking a SIM only if you on pay as you go or a store card. You know that one. Then the next thing I would suggest to do is for you to take a credit card. You might say, no, I don't need a credit card. They told me back home before I come that credit card kills people. Credit card, no. The benefit of having a credit card, regardless of what you've been told, outweighs whatever drawbacks it's attached to credit card. Okay? So, highly likely that the big boys, talking about Barclays, Lloyds, HSBC, they're not going to give you credit because they see you as high risk. You don't have any credit. They think you're going to run away with their money. So the ones that will give you are the ones that have high APR. APR means high interest rate. Some of them have crazy interest rate. Here's the good news. They have 6 weeks where whatever you spend, as long as you pay within that 6 weeks, you do not pay any interest on it. The 3 ones that are likely to offer you credit card are Vanquish, American Express, and Capital One. Either of those 3 will offer you, like I said before, as long as you pay within 6 weeks, they will not make a dime from you. Please make sure you set up a direct debit. The more direct debit you have on your bank account, the better for you. The process of applying for the credit card is very straightforward. You can do it on your laptop and you just do it. It doesn't take time to do. So you've looked at those 3 that I've talked now. You've decided to go with one of them. Highly likely that they will ever give you more than £250 to £500 credit. They're not going to give you more than that because they think you don't have credit. So start with that. Here is my advice for you. Make sure you pay with direct debit, as I said before, and make sure you do not go over 30% of the limit. So if they give you £500, make sure you do not go over £130. And make sure you do not withdraw cash from the credit card. Because if you withdraw cash, it tells them that you're struggling financially, you're relying on the credit card. Please do not go over. My advice is to help you build your credit. Okay? So, I want to quickly summarize what I said. You have your name on the electoral register because you're from Commonwealth country, even though you're not British. You have a store card because your relative have given you a contract phone that is registered in their name. Or you have a SIM only because you were on pay as you go before. Good. Now you now have a credit card from one of the networks that I said before, which you're paying by direct debit. Fantastic. Here's the good news. I'm going to give you a bonus point that I promised before about how you can get up to £4,000 from the government. Please, I've got a quick appeal for you. The idea of Launch Club transcend individual. We came together to set up this channel to help marginalized communities in the UK around the world to make sure that our people have information to better their life. We are working assiduously to research to make sure that anything we give you guys is tested and is authentic and is information that will help you. Okay? We're making all this sacrifice because we want to make a difference. In return, I am pleading. The only thing we are asking for you to do is to support us so that we will be encouraged, motivated to want to continue to serve our community. We're not asking you for money. We're asking you to do is to share our video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook. That is all that I'm begging you. Please support your boys. And I want to use this opportunity to thank all those who are supporting us day and night, wanting us to do well, because these people understand that if we succeed, that our community succeed. Thank you, because our membership has gone up on Facebook by more than 2,000%. This is just through the goodwill of people like you. Thank you. So we go to how you can get the £4,000. You can get the £4,000 through a scheme called Lifetime ISA. I know you might say, oh, what is Lifetime ISA, for God's sake? These people have come again. Lifetime ISA is a scheme designed by the UK government to help anyone who is between the age of 18 to 39 who doesn't have a home of their own, who has not bought a home in the UK to get into the property ladder. That is what Lifetime ISA is. Whatever you put in, the government will match it by 25% and you can claim up to £1,000 every financial year. Okay? For example, if you put in £400, the government will match it with £100 every month. So you might say, well, I already got a house. I'm more than 40 something. I don't need it. If you have a child who's 18, you don't want your son, don't want your son to get into the property ladder. You don't want to support your son. You don't want to get £4,000 for your son. Come on, do it for your son. It's a dream of every human being for their children to achieve more than them. Do it for your son, okay? So if you don't entitle to it, do it for your son to support your son or support your relative who wants to get into the property ladder. Do it for them, okay? Just like I'm pleading with you, share this video to somebody who's trying to build their credit. Support them, share it to them. Information is power, okay? So the Lifetime ISA, every month you'll be able to get up to 25%. As I said before, the government will match it up, and that is what the Lifetime ISA is. If you type on Google search now, say open a Lifetime ISA, there are a lot of bank options will come up for you. Open one of them and you'll be able to claim 25% with whatever you put in from the government every month. It's very straightforward. It's legit. You can just confirm what I'm saying online now. It's very straightforward. That is how you can claim. Every year, you can claim £1,000 as long as you're between the age of 18 to 39. Even if it's 2 days before you turn 40, you're still, as long as you open it before your 40th birthday, you can claim this money. Okay? Please look at it. Do it. Do it, okay? So that is what the Lifetime ISA is. You do not need to be a British citizen. Even if you just arrived, you haven't started working, as long as you start working, open it, okay? It's your money that the tax you're going to pay in the future. That's what the government is giving you back. For those already working, it's the money you've contributed. That's what the government is giving you. So take it. It's your money. Take it, okay? So that is what the Lifetime ISA is. So you now know what the Lifetime ISA is. You now know everything I've just taught. So I'm just going to quickly summarize what I said before. The first step to building your credit is to make sure that your name is on the electoral register. Okay? Once your name is on the electoral register, make sure you pay by direct debit. The more direct debit you have on your account, the better for you. Okay? Make sure you do not withdraw any cash from your credit card. Try not to withdraw. Try stick to the 30% rule I said. If you have £500 maximum, make sure you do not go over £130. Always try and make sure you do not move frequently, because the more you move, it's going to affect your credit. Okay? Make regular payment. Make sure you check for errors to make sure that there is no errors on the application, and avoid making too many applications. If you make application in January, do not make any application until April. Give 3 months gap, okay? And always try to make sure that take some form of credit. If you have money, if you're buying something and you have the cash, pay 70% and remaining 30% on credit, so that you can use it to build your credit, okay? Before you apply for any loan, this is very important. Make sure you check the eligibility checker. The eligibility checker will tell you if you would be accepted for the credit. So if it says you will not be accepted or highly unlikely, please stay away until it tells you that you will be able to get a credit, okay? That is very, very, very important, okay? Use things like Experian, Equifax, okay? Credit Karma, they've got free service where you can use it to monitor your credit and grow your credit. It's very, very, very important, okay? Make sure you do not go over your overdraft. If you have an overdraft, if you have old bank account that you're not using, do not close it, because the more bank account that you have, the longer the bank account, it shows that you have a relationship, okay? So I've explained the process to you. If you follow this process within a short space of time, you will see that your credit will improve, okay? So I hope you have found this video useful. So I am going to do another video on how I was able to add £75,000 to this house. This house that I'm making this video now, I was able to add £75,000 to the house when I bought the house. Before we even move in, we were able to do adaptation, do renovation on the house. By the time the house was revalued, £75,000 was added to the house. I did not have any experience. It's not rocket science. It was just by watching programs like Home Under the Hammer and reading books, I was able to do it. If I can do it with very limited knowledge, you can do it. I'm going to do a program on home ownership, how you can use leverage to grow your property within a short space of time. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Facebook so that when that video is released, you will be the first person that will be notified, okay? Please, if you know anyone who recently arrived in the UK who is trying to build their credit, who you know that in the future they plan to buy a house, share this video to them, because this video will help them. 25 years ago, if a lot of us had this information, we would have achieved more than what we've achieved now. We didn't have this information. I hope you found this video useful, and hope this video you will continue to support us. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I thank you for all your support. Thank you. Please like and share this video and comment. Leave your comment. I will respond to all your comments. Thank you very much.